As many of you know, last year I sort of went running into the session, and I think everything I did had to do with health care and disability because that was all I knew about at that point in time. And I was urged to try and do something different, and it's really been fun, actually. I just got through with a meeting with a lobbyist for the district attorney's office, and Senator Stedman is going to be a co-sponsor on this bill. It's a 911 Good Samaritan bill that will be heard in Judiciary on February 1st. And it is a bill that says that if you're with your friend, a buddy, and they overdose, that if you call 911, you won't be arrested and charged for having drugs in your possession, so that people are not disincentivized to stay and call for help and help the person get the help they need to save their lives. They've passed this law in a number of other states, and it's part of our goal toward decriminalizing minor drug possession things as much as we can, and towards public health and safety, helping keep people alive. Another bill that I'm doing is for tenants' rights. I had hoped to run the Uniform Landlord and Tenants' Rights bill and met the well-funded opposition the other day. But we came to consensus on 3 areas we want to do some work in. There's a wonderful housing attorney who works with the Jeffco Action Center volunteer and has her own office here near 10th and Clarkson, who does work, says that 3 biggest issues that she gets complaints about. First are landlords coming in without giving notice that they're coming, and so we'll probably work on fixing that. Another one is landlords not fixing things that are really critical for health and safety in a timely fashion, things like heat or plumbing or toileting. And actually I had a patient who told me this one day. I couldn't believe it. She said, "Oh no, I have to pay my rent anyway because otherwise they'll kick me out," and that's true. And if you get kicked out and you're formally evicted, that goes on your credit rating and makes it hard for you to get an apartment in the future. And then the third issue she wanted us to bring up that I think we'll get some agreement on is that right now there's no way in the laws that we have for people who are, let's say your landlord really was doing things that were wrong. There's no way for you to recoup attorney charges and get compensation for that. So many times an attorney won't take your case because they might end up not recouping their fees. So those are the 3 things we're going to try and fix for tenants' rights. I'm going to do a little bill in disabilities. Sometimes parents who have children who are severely disabled become their guardians. And if they were their guardian and they were 17, they were allowed to take care of them in their home. But once they're 18, they're not allowed to do that under the CDAS program. So we're going to try and fix that little glitch if we can. And then I was going to, as many of you know, try to prohibit school vouchers. Interestingly, when I talked with the attorneys from the boards of education, they said that they think that the injunction that was drawn against Douglas County against using vouchers is based on a constitutional basis, and they think that will have more standing than making a change in statute. So they didn't think it was a problem that we needed to address. I'm replacing that with a bill with Common Cause on integrity in elections. Some of you might remember when people were sending out flyers with the wrong election date on it and giving misleading information. And then the final thing is healthcare, sorry, but it's around making sure that hospitals screen people who are uninsured to see if they qualify for Medicaid, and if not, having them give them a discount price for their hospital charges so they're not charged the full price, and probably tying that price to their costs. And then setting up criteria for how they can set up a payment plan and not expect someone to pay more than, say, 10 or 15% of their annual income per year, so they could continue to live and not become bankrupt. So those are my primary bills.
Okay, well, as Representative Ferrandino said, I serve on